Are we live? Oh, I think we're live. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the United States Grand Prix. I'm alive. I lived. Yesterday was an absolute roller coaster. We were awake all night long. Head was spinning, and it was a very bad time for me. But you know what? We've locked in. We're looking good. We're feeling good. And hopefully this Grand Prix is good, because it's taking quite a toll to actually, do this. And if it's a bit crap, it would feel like wasted effort. But, it should be quite good. You're right, Floss and Jack and Dennis, almost 3 a.m. Yeah, that reminds me of, such good times, good memories back in the first couple races. You had Melbourne, China, and Japan back to back to back, and I pulled 27 all-nighters in a row. That was legacy, and I've not hit those peaks since. But maybe next season, with Checo Perez back, we'll be locked in. See, this is where it's all gone wrong, because yesterday, I was supposed to do 3 streams. I was supposed to do a 100% Texas Grand Prix to predict this. I was supposed to watch the sprint race and quali. I did none of those things. But we move. So, because of that, I don't actually have any predictions for today. I don't know what to predict. I might just, get a wheel spinner to, just maybe pick, some candidates for the podium, maybe sort of the top 7, and then just sort of spin it and see what happens. Let's do that, actually. That's not a bad idea. Actually, I can't bother doing this one. Alright. What did I just do? I don't know. Right. Yeah, I know how this works. Right, so let's go with the top weight 6, yeah? Top 6? Who's top 6? Both McLarens, both Ferraris, both Mercedes, and Verstappen. Of course, Tsunoda is a bit irrelevant in this, debate. Right, let's type in these drivers. So we'll put in Nor. Who's third? Is it Russell? No, it's Leclerc. How did Leclerc get third? That is a miracle lap. Russell, Hamilton, Piastri, Antonelli. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these answers, I'm going to shuffle them, and then... Oh, this wire. Go away. Sod off. Thank you. Right, so what I've done here is I've spun this wheel. I think you'll probably hear it. So, see, that's gone a bit wrong, I'll be honest. So basically what's happened is do I have my notepad app on this PC? Do I have a notepad? Oh, I do. Right, so, what? Wait, hang on, what? Oh. What is the notes app anymore? Watch it on TV? Nice. I've got it. I've got the Sky broadcast on my phone just so I can keep tabs of the live action. I don't know how I've managed it, but I've managed to crash my notepad app. How have I done that? End. Go away. Right, I'll do it on this PC. I've got to be quick as well because the formation lap's going to start. Right, so the wheel has predicted that Charles Leclerc is going to win the Grand Prix. And then for P2, it's going to be Max Verstappen. Okay, that is at least doable. That's not bad. And then for the final podium place, who are we cooking? Oh, it's going to be Kimi Antonelli. Okie dokie. We might as well keep going and predict the whole top 7. Obviously, this is the top 7 out of the current top 7 on the grid. Obviously, someone like a Sainz or an Albon or even like an Alonso might get up there. But this is just because I can't be bothered typing all the drivers. So, I'll just do that. I'll do one more. We'll just do the top 5 and we'll go from there because the formation lap's about to start. We've got to lock it in. Okay, the final wheel spin. Okay. Interesting. I hope this doesn't happen, I'll be honest, because it'll be quite devastating for Lando's championship. Formation lap starting? Yes, it is, boss, indeed. Let's lock that in. So if I refresh the website, there we go. You lot are going to have to let me know if everything's working. But I'm dead! Oh, my! Ah. I'm dead. I got jump scared by the Twitch notification. What website do I use to watch the virtual race? I'm using F1 dash. It's F1 and then like the symbol dash and then dash.com. Finally found a streamer doesn't give a link to a virus that lets us watch the real race. Well, technically I'm not watching the race, but I know what you mean, yeah. Leclerc on the softs. He is on the softs as well. Well spotted. I will have to say as well, you lot are going to have to cut me some slack. I am really bad at, like, keeping up with, like, leaderboard changes and strategies and pit stops. I thought I was quite good at it, and it was actually quite humbling, because now I sort of respect David Croft and, like, Martin Brundle for... They obviously still make mistakes, but, like, at the start, for example, there'll be position changes, and I'll just keep saying the wrong names, the wrong positions, and you're going to have to, like, you know, let me warm up a little bit, you know? But thank you for the follow. RBF1. That's very kind. Thank you very much. Right. Let's go then. Oh yeah, I forgot to say the prediction. So, the spinning wheel has selected that Charles Leclerc's going to win. Good. Max Verstappen second, Kimi Antonelli third, Oscar Piastri fourth, and George Russell fifth. So in other words, Lando bottles it and falls out the top 5. Antonelli does the comeback of a century and finishes ahead of his teammate and Oscar Piastri. And then Leclerc puts in performance of the season and wins the Grand Prix. Decent. I did not watch practice, so I don't actually know who's good on the long runs. I didn't watch the sprint race either, so I don't know. I think it's just going to be Verstappen versus Norris, and I think Piastri is going to make good progress fairly quickly. Now, what I do want to do, which might spoil this a little bit, but I want to do this. I'm going to put a delay on my thing. Actually, no, I'm not. I changed my mind. Let's keep it live. I was going to sync it to my Sky Sports, but honestly, I'd rather make it as live as possible for you lot, rather than delaying it so it's more in sync for me. At this point, the Sky Sports broadcast is more of a replay than anything. What's Ferrari even done this year? Nothing got improved. Instead, the improvement decreased. Pretty much, yeah. They have actively gotten worse. They were sometimes second fastest, sometimes mostly third fastest. Now, it's probably McLaren, Red Bull, Mercedes, and then, like, Ferrari. Like, they're so far below the other 3 at the top. Right. Here we go, then. Actually, to be fair, Ferrari might even be slower than Williams, and maybe even Aston Martin. They are really bad, but great quality performance as well. P3 and P5 is very good regardless. And we are getting ready for the Grand Prix to start. I am nervous because they're all going to suddenly go. Why is Hulkenberg just sort of stopped? Is that a thing, or are we just like, are we being a bit slow? What's the vibe? Am I just going to refresh and they're just going to be gone? Yep, they're gone. Okay, that's a bit of a disaster. Anyway, the Grand Prix has begun. See what I mean? Sometimes it goes a bit wrong. And, it's all a bit of a disaster. What we can see is Leclerc's already past Norris, so Norris being his usual bottle-jobbing self. Oscar Piastri's up a place. Russell's lost 2. We've got Tsunoda up 2 as well. Good for him. I want him to do well today. He needs a good Grand Prix. He's on some good run of form. He's doing well. Everyone else sort of staying relatively where they were. Nico Hulkenberg up a place as well into the points. And Lando Norris fighting with Leclerc. He's actually fighting with Hamilton as well. It's all gone quite wrong for him, as per usual. Max Verstappen already nearly a second ahead of everyone. We look at the race start on the Sky thing. And Lando Norris, oh yeah, to be fair, Leclerc's done a masterclass. That's unreal. He went all the way around the outside. So you got Verstappen and Norris. Leclerc's like over here and he's just gone, meow. Ollie Behrman making a move on Kimi Antonelli. That's quite impressive considering he is in a Haas. I'm glad that Sainz has been doing a lot better. Oh, I'm so pleased. I really like Sainz. I like Williams a lot. And oh, we have an incident. We have an incident. It's going to be Alex Albon, I think. Alex Albon and something's gone wrong. It's something with Albon. I don't know if he's collided with someone else or if he's just done something a bit weird. I'm not too sure. What we can say is Verstappen's gone. Alright, see you later. He's out. Peace. 1.4 seconds ahead after the first lap. I'm going to quickly look at the broadcast and see what's happened with Alex Albon. He's all the way at the back. They're not showing it. Okay, they're still not showing it. Alex Albon, by the way, trembling about. He might have front wing damage. I'm not too sure. No, nothing seems to have happened. Except Alex Albon might be out the race. He might be stopping for a new front wing, or he might just be gone. We don't know yet. But Lando Norris, he needs to get past Leclerc fairly quickly, I reckon. Piastri's already up a place, and there's now only one place between them. This could have, I mean, just to be fair, just like Baku, this could have been the weekend where Lando gains a lot in the championship. He's starting second, his teammate's sixth, and already at lap 1, there's only one place between them, which means it's probably not going to finish like this. But if it was to finish like this, Lando is only going to gain 5 points on Oscar, which is okay, but could have been better. Lando is half a second behind Charlie, though, going down the back straight, and it's a bit higgledy-piggledy. But, yeah, Verstappen's just kind of gone, basically. Russell versus Oscar. You're right, to be fair. It's well spotted. We still don't know what's happened with Albon. He is back out, though, so they have... he hasn't pitted either. I'm slightly confused. I don't know what he's done there, but fair enough. Yuki Tsunoda up a place as well. Ollie Behrman's actually dropped down 2, past Antonelli and Sainz. Sainz now up to P8. That's looking pretty good. Well done, him. So, biggest gainer of the start is actually Yuki Tsunoda with +3. Biggest loser is... It's not Albon, even though he's last. It's actually a joint between Russell, Alonso, and Albon. Fair play. Quick website refresh. And we're back underway. Verstappen sets the fastest lap at 1 minute 40.2, which is about 3 times faster than literally anyone else. And, well, he might be set for the win. It is Verstappen we're talking about. It will probably just keep extending that gap. Lando Norris 0.7 behind Leclerc. Leclerc has no DRS. If Lando can just get within half a second down that back straight, then he's clear. He's gone up into P2 and maybe chasing down Verstappen, although, like I said, it's Verstappen and the Red Bull looks quite good. Average F1 25 radio, when you get front wing damage, you've got front wing damage, you'll experience a lot of understeer. It is true. Or, like, you'll go into the barriers at 300 kph and, like, 70g, and your engineer will just say, okay, we've got a new strategy option for you. No, I'm dead. Like, it's not happening. Max Verstappen, 2 seconds ahead now. Lando Norris fastest in Sector 2. He is looking to get a bit aggressive and overtake Charles Leclerc. Turn 12 incident involving Albon and Bortoletto has been no further investigation, so no one knows what happened there, but we do know is Albon's lost out because of it, and Bortoletto's actually gained because of it, so fair play. Yeah, this is serious pace from Verstappen. You kind of expect it. The Ferraris are really slow, and the Red Bull, like I said, is probably the fastest this weekend. Hence how Tsunoda's now up to P9, Ollie Behrman down to P10. It's tough. F1 25 treats Behrman like he's doing, always behind 16th. It's very true. I feel, even in real life, I mean, that penalty that Behrman got, maybe should have been a penalty, but I feel like he gets hard done by the stewards by, quite a lot. Lewis Hamilton almost outside of Piastri's DRS. We don't know how. Piastri has looked a lot slower compared to Lando this whole weekend, but he's in the McLaren, which is at least second fastest, so you'd imagine he's going to get past Hamilton at some stage. Going around turn 11, though. Lando Norris is 0.5 behind Leclerc. So, is there going to be a move on? It's 0.3. Come on, surely there's an opportunity for Lando. Come on, get it done. No? Don't feel like it? Alright, fine, don't feel like it. All good. Why is he just not overtaking him? I'm a bit confused. I mean, this track map, it used to be really smooth. Now it's very jumpy and jittery, as you can see. But, I mean, the gap was 0.1. And Norris hasn't overtaken. I'm quickly looking at the broadcast and see what actually happened there. So, did Lando just not... Oh. Oh, okay, Lando tried to go around the outside and then bottled out of it because he's shit. Oh, no, he went for the switchback and just didn't have grip. Okay, fair. Valid. Lap number 5 underway. Verstappen sets a new fastest lap of the race of 1 minute 39.7. 3.5 seconds clear of everyone else. And he might just be off. And we might never see him again, which is tough. Leclerc on 7-lap-old softs. They might just start dying off at this stage. Come on, Lando. We need this bad. Hamilton also looking very rapid. 1.3 ahead of Oscar. Only half a second behind Lando as well. Fastest sector 1. He's cooking. I don't mind that. We like Hamilton. We like everyone. But I'd like to see him do well. I'm not sure about Ferrari's strategy choice, though, with the soft tyres. It seems to be working for now. But, you know, in a few laps' time, them mediums are going to be so much better than the softs, and he is going to make his way past. I hope, anyway. At this stage, Leclerc's basically just stopping Norris from winning, and that's about it. So, you know, it's tough. If Hadjar changes team, what team would you like to see him in? I think you could fit in Williams or just stay at VCarb. Well, realistically, the only team that he's going to get a chance at is Red Bull. No other team are going to change their drivers. Williams for sure aren't. Hadjar, in my opinion, is, if at the very best, equal with Sainz and Albon. Especially recently, with like Sainz being really good and Albon. It's actually quite interesting how at the start of the season, Albon was scoring all these points and being really good, and Sainz was like at the back. And now it's the opposite. Sainz is in the points. He's got a podium at Baku, a podium in the sprint this weekend, and he's in the top 8. Albon, you know, knocking about in last. It's quite interesting, but I think, yeah, Tsunoda might not get the sack. They might give him another, like, a whole season. But, I mean, where else is Hadjar going to go? Who knows? I reckon he'll probably just stay at VCarb, to be honest. His Netherlands performance with a 9 out of 10, it was. Probably a 10 out of 10, actually. It's just, yeah. I don't know. I just can't see Williams dropping Albon or Sainz to get him. I feel like they'd only do, like, drop one of their drivers if, like, a Norris or a Leclerc or a Piastri or a Verstappen or even a Russell became available, which they're probably not. Don't know what's happened to Lando, but he's dropped outside of Leclerc's DRS as we make our way towards turn 12. You don't have the live TV broadcast? I'm watching it, yeah, but obviously I can't show it because it's illegal. My predictions are a bit ropey. Not really, actually, Well, I say my predictions, they're not my predictions, they're the spinning wheels predictions, but still. Ocon has been noted for a false start, and also Isaac Hadjar has 3 track limit violations. And we are, I just saw some move. Oh, wait. Oh, I thought, okay, well, Tsunoda's, something's gone on. Something with someone. Kimi Antonelli's gone. Okay, I'll be honest, I thought Hamilton and Piastri collided then, and that would have been a bit of a madness, but, no. Kimi Antonelli, round turn 15, and I think Isaac Hadjar's had a bit of a... Oh, no, Carlos Sainz is... Oh, no. Not Carlos. That's the caster curse right there. I'd sooner bigging him up. He goes and... Well, he's been taken out, and I think we're probably going to get a safety car. Sainz seems to be stranded. Antonelli's made his way back to the pits. And, I don't know, yeah, I don't know what's happened to Norris. His pace is just dead. Intriguing. But yeah, that's tough. Sky Sports just not showing it. They're showing replays instead. Nice, good stuff. And we do have the VSC. I wish I could see what happened, but unfortunately, no, we're watching an onboard of some random bloke. There is Carlos Sainz. He's pulled over to the side, so that's why it's only a VSC. They can move him quite quickly. But that's pretty tough. Sainz has to be irritated. He does, yeah. Why has Nightbot deleted your message for just saying no signs? Oh, spamming caps. Can I get rid of that? Because that's just dumb. To be fair, I haven't been on Nightbot in about 3 years, so I need to change that. Yeah, that's pretty poor. You know, Antonelli's managed to, you know, pop in the pits, and he's not changed tyre, but he is all the way in 19th, and they're still not showing a replay of what happened, so I can't actually tell you. Hang on, here we go. Right, so we are making our way around turn 15, and can I see a signs on board of that, please? No, I want a signs on board, not an Antonelli on board. This might be okay. Let's see. What's Antonelli saying? He took me out. Can we see a signs on board, please? There, yeah, okay. This is what I wanted to see. All right, here we go. Making our way around turn 10 into turn 11. It's a perfectly valid move. Yeah, that's Science's fault. That stuff. Antonelli team radio.
Took me out.
Yeah, copy. Saw that, mate.
What the f you do?
There you go. Science team radio.
Sorry, guys. Antonelli just turned in there at the end.
Okay, I don't really know what he said, but to me, Alpha. Right. I can't believe that Nightbot has just removed like my only Twitch viewer because of. Oh my god. Okay, hang on. Well, yeah, that is Science's fault. To be fair, he locked up and he's dead. Okay, wait. Here we go. Boom. 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 Can I... Is there a way I can untime someone out on Twitch? Do we know that? Do we know how that's possible? I'm trying to free my guy. I don't know. Well, luckily the VSC is just knocking about, so I actually have a good time to do this. As I say that, the VSC is gone. And Lando was dropped 2 seconds back from Leclerc. But why? It's just a racing incident? I don't think so. Sainz went for the move and he locked up, and that's why he clotted into Antonelli. So I'm going to put the blame on Sainz, but it's avoidable. I think that's, yeah. Well... We are seeing, as per usual, the colossal Lando Norris bottle job ahead of us. I don't know how he manages to do it every single race weekend, but he does. He's got the golden opportunity to make his way around and catch, you know, Piastri in the standings, and he's just sort of not. Max Verstappen is very much in the championship still. Very much so. He is, I mean, if he wins this race, he'll be a... Well, actually, I think I can maybe find out for you lot. Hang about. Wait. This. Something went wrong. Here we go. Alright, so this, I believe this is as it stands. This is actually a very useful tool to have. Hang on a minute here. This is class. Right, so, hang on. If I do this. Yes, cool. Right, we're looking good. Lando 2 seconds. Out Hamilton's DRS. All that's fine. Good. Okay. As it stands, Max Verstappen is at 306 points. Lando Norris, 329. Oscar Piastri, 346. Max Verstappen, if it stays as it is, will be 40 points behind Oscar Piastri. There is going to be 5 Grand Prix and 2 sprints left. So, who knows? Hang on, I did it. Okay. Well, RBF1, if you're still here, I've managed to untime you out and got rid of the thing, so you can now continue using caps and emojis. That's so dumb. Anyways, we've solved it now. We can carry on. Hang about. I'm dead. Okay, we're good. Lock in. Lap number 10. Feel like I've been here for quite a while, to be honest. We're in here 25 minutes, actually. It's not that long. 10 laps in, so we've still got 46 more to go. Oscar Piastri, Team Radio.
Concerned about front left. Doesn't look or feel great.
Complaining about his front left. There you go. Wow, intriguing. Verstappen just seems to be maintaining that, 3-second lead. He's put in a 39.2, Leclerc a 39.3, Norris a 39.3, Hamilton 39.6, Piastri 40.3. What's happened there then? Hang on, I want to look at the sectors. Doesn't seem... Where's he lost a second? Nearly. Sector 1. Ah, interesting. I'm on Norris. Can we, I know you might be playing the management game, but can we, just pass the prick? Nightbot can't catch a break. It finds someone that says a number and it's like, no. It's like I said, I haven't used Nightbot in so long. And why is that even a thing? You type about 16 capital letters. Or say a couple emojis and it's like, no, rather that, go, leave. No, shut up. Well, I've turned them all off now, so we should be looking good. Might be seeing a Lando Norris Team Radio coming in soon. I've just seen it on the Sky broadcast. Don't know what was said. So we move. Oscar is indeed having issues with his left front. And to be honest, I think he might have... I don't know. He might have just had a smeddy lap, to be honest. He may have just had a smeddy lap. Because he's back... He's sort of hovering around the 2-second area. So... it's okay. It's not bad. Round the final corner to start lap number 12. We have a 39.6 for Verstappen. A 40 dead for Leclerc. A 39.6 for Norris. So Norris equaling Verstappen kind of that lap. Hamilton a 40 dead. Piastri a 40.1. Russell a 40.4. Tsunoda a 40.6. So a second slower than his teammate. And Ollie Behrman a 40.5. So... yeah, not too bad. Been a bit of a rotter for Williams so far, though, isn't it? Alex Albon got involved in some form of incident with Bortoleto. He's now last. And Carlos Sainz is out. As I believe Bortoleto has just overtaken Stroll. Or Stroll has overtaken Colapinto. Don't know which one it was, but something shifted about in that kind of area. As Lando Norris now makes his way around turn 11. He's getting the gap down a little bit. He's doing what I asked him to. He has got the gap down to 1.2 seconds. And the pit window is now open for the soft runners. So will we see Leclerc pop into the pits a bit early? To be fair, Leclerc's laps are his tyres are 3 laps older than everyone else's, and they're on soft. So they have to be dead at this stage. But they don't seem... they seem to be. Yeah, he is losing quite a lot now. Almost 4 seconds behind Verstappen. Sector 1, though, he's still looking good through Sector 1. It's just looking at Sector 2. Half a second off the front car and the third car. That's quite slow. That is a bit shit. Verstappen puts in a 39.4 again. Mr. Consistency. Leclerc puts in a 40.1 and Norris a 30.7. 39.7, I should say. So, he might be just within a second as we make our way around turn 11. And that was the move. That was Lance Stroll getting past Franco Colapinto. One driver I'd want to see at least win for the first time is Yuki, Hajar and Antonelli. Some good options. To be honest, I think anyone winning their first Grand Prix would be very cool. If I had to pick one, though, I mean, if you told me that I could pick any driver on the grid and they would just win their first Grand Prix, I think I'd pick Ollie Behrman. That'd be really cool. I mean, you never know. If Hamilton packs it in the next couple years and Ollie Behrman gets promoted to Ferrari, maybe he'll get his first win. I don't know. The Hajar and Antonelli have been crazy good since the first race. Well, Hajar's, yeah, he's been good, and then he had a bit of a dip, and he's a bit hit and miss. Antonelli was really bad in the European season. He had like 5 DNFs and a P16, and then in between all of them, a P3 at Canada. But since the summer break, and since like Zandvoort, he has been very good. He's been back on form. And also at the start of the season, he was really good. Got the P4 in Melbourne on his debut in the wet. Got the sprint race win at Miami and the sprint pole, which was unbelievable. You can say a sprint doesn't count, but he's still against the same 19 drivers, and he still beat them. So that's valid. Good for him. All the rookies have been fantastic. I mean, Behrman's been really, really good currently in P8 with his teammates in P16. And I think he's been, you know, a lot better than Ocon throughout most of the year. Bortoletto's been really, really good. Apart from that, you know, podium for Hulkenberg at Silverstone, Bortoletto's been arguably better throughout the whole year. Anthony's been great. Hajar's been great. Colapinto, we won't talk about him. We move. And we're on to lap 14. Verstappen a 39.5. Leclerc back on form with a 39.8. And Norris a 39.7. So quite equal across the entire, you know, top 3. Hamilton, a couple, you know, tenths back, and also Piastri now 3.5 seconds behind Hamilton. He's dropping back as Lando puts in the fastest Sector 1 at 26.5. Intriguing. Where does Sector 1 end? I thought it was Turn 8. I guess not. Huh. I don't understand sprints. What are they specifically for? They're specifically for entertainment, because the owner of F1 thinks that the younger generation want smaller, shorter, exciting races. So that would be why. I don't really mind anymore. I mean, it's more racing, so I guess it's cool, but yeah, I feel like they need to, you know, redistribute the points. They need to make the points a lot more worthwhile. Because winning a sprint is the equivalent of finishing in the top 6. And it's just not that valuable. I feel like they need to make it, like, rather than 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, they should make it, like, 15, 12, 10, 8, 7, 6, something, or whatever. So there's actually, like, a bit of meaning behind it. Or, just get rid of them. That would be good. Lap number 15, 39.5 for Verstappen. Not sure what Leclerc cooked up on that previous lap. He put in like a 39.7, and now he's back in the 40s. So I'm not entirely sure. But, well, the website's dead. They're dead. It's dead. It's, okay. We seem to have passed away. Oh shit, wait. Oh no! I've done it again! Oh my goodness, I can't believe I've just done that. Alright, hang on. Let me go to plan B. This. Oh, there you go, this. Right, plan B. I've found, and I'm going on the other website. Alright, welcome. Okay, here we go. We're back. Good stuff. You didn't know the shorts were on? Yeah, you've actually smashed it. No, because when I was doing the like on Lando looking for the switchback on Leclerc, I think Norris might get that. Oh, Leclerc, that is feisty. Lando has superior grip. He's got to give him space. Lando, dive down the inside, boss. Why are you going around the outside? Don't do that, you silly sausage. Oh, you are a numpty, you mate. Oh, he's awful. Right, well, yeah, so basically on Friday, when I was doing the sprint quali watch along, I set my short stream to unlisted because I didn't want it to show there was like 2 of the same stream on like the scheduled bit. And I realized that I didn't actually make it public when I started. So I was like, why is my shorts getting no views? That was why. I've done the exact same thing today. So, yeah. The short stream is now public. So, there you go. We're locked in. Also, if the other website, I do think the other website looks a bit cleaner. So if that does want to come back alive, I will put that one back in. Yeah, so if you've just popped in on Shorts, if you've just joined us, it's lap 16. Nothing really's happened at all. Norris is still struggling to overtake Charles Leclerc. He should have done it about 5 laps ago, but he's still just... you know what it is? It makes sense, but Lando is very, very passive. And obviously, he doesn't want to crash out and, you know, because then his championship's basically done. But at the same time, if he makes that maneuver, he's probably, you know, up into P2... and he takes the P2 on the day, and Piastri might finish 5th. And that's good points. As it stands, Norris will be 17 points behind Oscar. If he gets that extra place, it'll be 14 points behind Oscar. Silly sausage is crazy, but he is. He should have overtaken Mr. Leclerc so long ago. He's taken him so long that not only is the gap to Verstappen now 6.5 seconds, but Hamilton has almost caught up and got back within DRS. Come on, Lando, please! My goodness. Right, let me quickly check if the other website's re-alived itself. Okay, the other website's back. Okay, good. Here we go. Welcome back. George Russell Team Radio. I think it's a bit old. Yeah, it is. It's a bit old.
Hey, I think he's struggling front left.
Good.
Track limits for Norris.
Track limits for Norris. And he has. There you go. Track limits at turn 9. Bosh. Once again, Lando not going for the move as Verstappen almost gets 7 seconds in front. It's just a bit sad. Max Verstappen's first, he is indeed, and he's probably going to go and win this race. I think it's fairly obvious at this point, unless something traumatic happens, an unlucky safety car or red flag, or somehow the heavens open and rain falls. I think Verstappen goes and wins this race by a mile. I mean, look at that. I mean, Verstappen's gone around the finish line. Leclerc ain't even got past the final corner yet, as Kimi Antonelli sets the fastest lap and overtakes Isaac Hadjar for P16. Verstappen puts in a 39.7, Leclerc a 40.1, Norris a 39.9, Hamilton a 40.2, and Piastri a 40.3. To be fair, I'll be honest. Leclerc is defending very well. However, I feel like Norris has such a high tyre and car advantage that he should just be gone. Like, it shouldn't even be a debate. He should be out of there, past Leclerc, chasing down Verstappen. But he's not. That Max car out behind you, it looks like he's looking at your computer and yeah, he does do that. He's my maintenance man. When things go wrong, he always lets me know. The crash yesterday was both McLarens out there, yes. Entirely Piastri's fault, by the way. I do find that quite funny that, you know, Norris was, you know, speaking about how he got repercussions for what he did at Singapore. And then Piastri talks about it, so, oh yeah, Lando's taken responsibility and he's going to have some form of punishment. And then the very next race, Piastri proceeds to take out both Hülkenberg, Alonso, him, and his teammate in a little quad feed. Unreal stuff from Oscar. Now, making our way around turn 14 and 15, Norris still not making that move, as Verstappen is now basically gaining around 7 to 8 tenths a lap, which is quite impressive. He is on the same tyres as Norris and Hamilton and Piastri in pretty much most of the field, and he's gone. Puts in a 39.4, Leclerc a 39.8, Norris a 40.1, Hamilton a 39.9, only 1.6 behind Norris. The Ferraris are looking really good. I still think the McLaren should be way faster, but they're looking really good. Second and fourth, Hamilton holding his own against Piastri, Russell dropping back a little bit with a 40.2, and Piastri also sets his best lap of the race which is a 39.987. That just shows how much he's struggling when Piastri's best lap is 7/10 off everyone else in front of him, which is quite impressive. Now, lap 19 already. Lando Norris, for the love of all that is holy, overtake the man in red. It shouldn't be this difficult. I promise you. I know I can't say much because I'm sat on my ass at home watching him, but it really shouldn't be this difficult. He's 0.3 behind. He's 0.1 behind. Surely he gets the move done. Into turn 12 we go. Please, Lando. Enough is enough. Sack off the championship. Just give it to Piastri because this geezer ain't got the bottle. He ain't got it in him. He just ain't got it. As Hamilton also is now almost within DRS. Looking at a replay from watchers, well, not a replay, but like it's the Sky Sports thing, so I can tell you what happened. So Norris tries to go around the outside, and then he goes. Basically, so what's happening is that Leclerc just hugs the inside every single time, and then Norris tries to go around the outside, and Leclerc basically just pushes him off the road. That's basically all that's happened. You have a Discord? I do have a Discord. I think it's in my description. Wait, no, you're on Twitch. I don't think it's on my Twitch, but I do have one, yeah. Okay, well, hang on. Has Norris gone for... see, like, the thing is, like, you see, like, this? Norris and Leclerc are, like, inside each other. That doesn't actually mean anything. Because as you can see there, like, Verstappen's gone round turn 11. They're, like, next to each other, but they haven't actually, like... Yeah. Ugh. Bro! To be fair, a link kind of makes sense, but at the same time, like, it's just a Discord link. To be fair, I guess that kind of makes sense because people do, well, I say people, AI and bots do put links to, like, obviously, if I allow links, it can put a link to anything dodgy. So, you can kind of see where Nightbot's coming from. My parents are huge F1 fans and they're watching it right now. That's good stuff. Oh, and he's gone again. Hang on. Right, I think you're free again. You know, how about I just make your life a bit easier and I just post a link to my Discord? Although, what are you actually posting? Are you posting a link to a server? Or are you posting a link to, like... Well, I think it is a server, but, like, what? The ultimate mid-off. We've got RBF1 against Nightbot. Alright, well, let me just send a link to my Discord server. You can tell, to be fair, I've never used it. Well, I use it, but I haven't used it in ages. You can tell I haven't used it in so long that it's still got my old name. Let me change that real quick. Now I've got a quick second while, like, literally nothing's happening. Alright, announcements, uploads, streams, invite link. Here we go. I think that works. Yeah, there you go. I think what I'll do, considering I'm actually, like, doing quite well on Twitch now... Hang on! Wait! I've completely missed it! Oh my... Okay, I love that, by the way. The one time that I'm not looking at the racing, and I'm looking at, like, trying to sort out some stuff on here, Lando Norris overtakes Charles Leclerc. 10 laps too late, but he has now got the move done. Finally, Lando! Let's see it again. On the Sky broadcast, he's got the DRS open. He is a lot closer than he was on the previous couple of laps. He goes to the outside, and he's through before the corner even arrives. Right, Lando, now we need to pull the gap out. Get 1 second ahead. Come on. But yeah, I think what I'll do is that considering I'm actually getting quite a lot of, getting a decent amount of viewers on Twitch nowadays, when I say decent, it's like 3, which for me is really good. I mean, For the first couple of weeks that I started streaming every day since like early September, I was struggling to even get one viewer. Whereas nowadays I sometimes get like up to 4 or 5. So I think what I'll do is I'll go into Nightbot and maybe some other bots, and I'll add some actual commands and like make sure everything's working good. But you've made a good point. They've actually timed out stream elements. That's hilarious. But yeah, I'll definitely sort that out after the stream. Good stuff. Right, Lando Norris is 1.2 ahead of Leclerc, and he's finally made the move, and he's good. So, hang on. Lewis Hamilton. Is Hamilton about to overtake Leclerc? I didn't even see that. He's 0.06. They're scrapping, but I think Leclerc's going to keep the place, but I wasn't expecting that. Lando Norris team radio.
I know you're busy. We just had our third strike. Track limits turn 13. We think you were pushed off, but we've had a black and white flag, so be careful.
Yeah,
I know.
Lando is not happy. He has got the amp. Like, bad. Hang on, I think we're dead again. Oh, we're back. Right, we're good. What does this button do? Oh, just... Okay, cool. Right, well, we start lap number 23. We have Leclerc making his first pit stop of the race after 25 laps on the softs. Very, very good stint, I think. I love the idea that he pitted while holding off Hamilton. So he just cost Hamilton about a second for literally no reason, just to be a twat. So, like, fair play, I guess. And Leclerc is going to come out in a nice little gap. He's going to be a hair behind Hulkenberg in some really nice clear air and ahead of Alonso. That is a good stop by Ferrari. What was the actual stop time, though? Let's have a butcher's. It is going to be a... That's not bad. What, 2.9 or something? 2.3! Well done, Ferrari. That's good stuff. Now, Hamilton is pushing on his medium tyres. 26.1, the fastest first sector of anyone. So maybe that means he's going to be pitting quite soon. Maybe. Go for the undercut. Jump Lando. Who knows? Now, Lando's got clear air. There's no slow Ferrari in front of him, so we can actually see his pace. Which is quite good. How are we? We hope the day's been good. The day has been good. We've been struggling a little bit with some, conditions that just, are basically just for the last day, I haven't slept because every 10 minutes I get really bad vertigo. It's some condition that I've got that came back that I thought I got rid of, which is tough. But from that, we're looking good. Hope you did good yourself, mate. Rightio. Antonelli. I think he's just made another move on Colapinto, and he's looking good. Max Verstappen, 39.5. Norris, 39.3. So are we finally seeing Lando Norris's true pace? Or is he just pushing? I don't know. But Hamilton, a 39.3 as well. So sets his personal best lap of the race, and he's still going. Trying to put a gap on Piastri, and he is doing, to be fair. He was 6 tenths faster than Piastri on that lap. To be honest, I think Piastri finishes 5th in this race. Leclerc's going to get the undercut on, well, pretty much everyone in front of him. And it's supposed to be quite good. We get to see how powerful the undercut is. So I have no idea. We can actually see, is it good? Is it worth it? Will you actually gain places because of it? Or are you just going to sort of stay where you were? Well, keep in mind, Leclerc was about 11 seconds behind Verstappen. So when everyone else pits, we'll see what happens. If he's still 11 seconds behind, we can basically judge on his gap to Verstappen whether it's worth it. We can also just see his lap times. We can do that. What games do I play? Right, here's a list, right? Here we go. F1 25, end of the list. That's the only game I play. So Verstappen puts in a 39.5. And he has extended his gap to Norris. So, yeah, 39.7. Valid. Hamilton a 40.4. Don't know what's happened there. Piastri a 40.4, so pretty horrible from everyone except the top two. Can I add you on Discord? You can, mate. I'll do this, right? I think I've still... Okay, right. So there's a link to my Discord. I'll put it in both. You can join the server. And then I'm in the server, so you can just add me from in the server. There you go. That's actually a thing I need to do. I really do need to actually get, like, bots that work. Like Nightbot right now. Like, every, like, 10 minutes or so, just post, like, links. Or, like, a link to all my other socials. Get that going. That could be quite cool. Anyways, Esteban Ocon is coming into the pits. 24 laps on the hards. So is he... I assume he's 2-stopping then. Because why would you do 24 laps on the hards and then, like, however many other laps, like 20... like, I don't know, 32... I don't know, I can't do basic maths. Yeah, he's got to be 2-stopping, surely. Oh, we have died again. There we go. We're back. Nice. Almost halfway through the Grand Prix. Halfway through is going to be lap 27. Or is it 28? 28. I'm so... Do you know what it is? I play like a right lot of darts. And in that, you have to be good at basic maths. And I'm not. And I always sit there for like 10 minutes. Like, what's 81 minus 17? And I just can't do it. And it just messed my whole brain up. I used to be quite good at just like that. Because it's a fairly basic skill. It's all gone now. It's all just melted and just like slivered out my brain. It's all gone. To be fair, my brain only has a maximum capacity of 1 terabyte. And I would say 990 gigabytes of that is just Formula 1. So, you know, other stuff has to, you know, leave to have more accommodation for F1 knowledge. Okie dokie! Lap 26, Verstappen 39.4, Norris 39.5. Currently, the top two are setting pretty much equal pace, and they're just gapping themselves from the rest of the field. So, I think I'm fairly confident in saying the top two, unless an unlucky safety car or red flag happens, I think the top two is going to be Verstappen and Norris. So now, I don't think Norris is going to catch Verstappen. I don't think Hamilton's going to catch Norris. So basically, at this stage, what can Piastri do is what's happening. Because as it stands right now, if I go onto this, have I got the right thing up? Yeah, I do. As it stands, like I said, hang on, if I refresh it should change, right? No. Okay, so Oscar is going to gain... Well, oh, this is so... Oh, what is this website doing? It's all out of date. Okay, I'm going to have to do this a different way. That's cool. Do you reckon it's a website that shows, like, the updated driver standings, like, as it happens? Well, anyway, so, currently, it's probably not going to finish like this. Because, obviously, Leclerc's got to come back through. But if it was to finish like this, Verstappen would be on 306... So 306, Norris would be at 332, and Piastri would be at 348. So that is quite close. Okay. Lap number 27. We'll wait until Verstappen completes his next lap before I talk about lap times. I think Ocon shouldn't be up here at this level. He hasn't done anything productive, and he isn't even going past 10th or 15th. It's a good point. I do think Ocon has, like, he should be in Formula 1, but at the same time, he's getting quite severely differentialed by Oliver Behrman. I mean, take a look. Esteban Ocon, he's just pitted, fair enough, but even when everyone else pits, it's only going to be sort of P14, P15. Meanwhile, Ollie Behrman is currently ahead of Leclerc in P7. And he's basically fighting with Hülkenberg and Tsunoda for that P7, P8 area. So Ocon is, you know, all the way down in like the bottom 5. Meanwhile, Behrman is probably on for some points. So He isn't bad as in doing turns. Yeah, see, I feel like... I just feel like Doohan got done so dirty, because in my opinion, Colapinto has been even worse than Doohan. He's crashed in practice, he's crashed in testing, he crashes in quali, and he crashes in the race, and he's not really that fast. So I feel like dumping out Doohan after like 2 or 3 races, and then giving Colapinto the whole season is really unfair. They should have just given Doohan the whole season, and then put Colapinto in. Or chuck Colapinto out and get like Paul Aaron or someone. I don't know. You alright, Oliver? They'll be doing good, mate. Right, so welcome to lap 28. Verstappen a 40.1, Norris a 39.8. So Norris getting a little bit of time back. We do have a team radio from Verstappen.
Tires are becoming tricky.
Tires are becoming tricky. Good to know, Max. Cheers. That's good. That's actually that's quite an important message. We can now see if Lando's got some tires left, because I'm thinking he spent so long behind Leclerc, he might have better tires. Sector 1, 2 tenths up. Sector 2, 30 milliseconds up. So he is up on this lap. Gap down to 10.4. Colapinto for reserve. Anything really. I just don't think Colapinto should be in Formula 1. And maybe Doohan shouldn't either. But he didn't really get a chance to see. It's just hindsight. But for all we know, Jack Doohan could have been like really good by this point of the season, but we never know because he only got like 3 races. I don't know. I do think Alpine's management in general though is really, really poor. Their driver choices, the fact their car is probably slowest on the grid now, and it's never really been better than like 3rd slowest in the last couple years. It's really tough. It's really tough. I feel bad for Gasly as well. Gasly, in my opinion, is like sort of like a top 10 driver on the current grid. And he's stuck in like the worst car forever. As I say that as well, a little bit of Mike theory. Pierre Gasly's had a slow stop. So he's now on the softs. But he's P19, 6 tenths behind Ocon. So Ocon has actually undercut Pierre Gasly. That's extremely tough. Isaac Hadjar and Lance Stroll also pitting. Gasly's also not good. Gasly was good. Last year he was good, yeah, but he's basically been good up until this year. And I suppose it's a bit like the Hasses. I mean, I don't think Ocon's been great. I think he's been pretty shit. But even with Behrman, he's had some really strong races where he's massively differentialed his teammate, but because the car's so bad, it doesn't look like he's done anything. Like, there have been a couple races where Behrman's finished like P13, but Ocon's in P18. But no one talks about it because he's in P12. It's tough. Oscar Piastri, I'm not sure about that one. I forgot the name of Piastri's engineer, but they have just discussed going on the soft tyres until the end. 26 laps on softs. Yeah, good luck. Good luck to you, mate. You are finished if you're going to think that's going to work. I mean, how many did Leclerc do? I forgot. Also, speaking of Leclerc, his lap times really aren't impressive. He might be going to the end, so he might be saving them, but they're really not impressive. He's like... He's not gaining on Norris or Verstappen at all. So he's actually losing time to Norris, which means when Norris pits, he's going to be even further ahead. He's going to overcut Leclerc. And as I say that, wow, is that Yuki? That is Yuki. Yuki almost loses the rear going into the pits. But he's been in the pits. He's come out on brand new soft tyres. And he's away with a nice bit of clear air ahead of him. Antonelli almost within DRS though. But he almost lost it round the rear of the pit lane. Quite exciting. I think Bortoletto can get 1 finish at a P7. And that's the highest he'll get for a while. Yeah, probably. Although, of course, you do have to take into consideration that the car is... The Sauber's a lot better, like, way better than it was in the last couple years. It's probably... Well, it's probably faster than the Haas, it's faster than Alpine, Racing Bulls, and maybe 4th slowest. I think currently, you'd probably say, what? McLaren, Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari, Sauber, Haas. Oh, I don't know. The midfield's so tricky, but yeah. given the car he's got, he's doing really good. Although this weekend, Hulkenberg's been blinding. As Oscar Piastri, by the way, making his first pit stop. Are they actually going to go onto the softs until the end? I feel like hard tyres are just better, no? If you use the hards, then you could just go to the end very comfortably with good pace. No idea, but Oscar Piastri is coming out on the soft tyres. There it is. Good stuff. Hulkenberg getting third earlier this year has made a big statement for something that could be coming soon. Maybe. But also, I feel like since then, up until now, Hulkenberg's been very mid. But got fourth in sprint quali. And then got, you know, murdered by Piastri at turn 1 in the sprint. And then done all right in, you know, normal qualifying. I mean, he got 11th, I believe. And he's up 5 places in P6 currently. He's not doing too bad, although, of course, there are a few cars that are going to go by him after, you know, he pits. But, Piastri on soft tyres. Yuki Tsunoda, brand new soft tyres. Piastri on used. Behrman's on used as well. I wasn't expecting this, which just shows how awful the current tyres are. And awful, I mean, like, they're actually too good. I feel like you shouldn't be able to do 26 laps on soft tyres. I feel like you should be able to do about 10 and they're dead. So, it's really weird. Oscar Piastri, Team Radio.
Oscar Russell is within undercut range. Would you prefer to pit first onto a soft or let him go and have to pass on track?
Probably go first.
There you go then. Lewis Hamilton making his first pit stop, and he is going to be quite a way behind Leclerc. So the undercut has worked really well for Leclerc on his team. I know he was already ahead of him, but it was only by like 2 seconds, and he's going to be miles ahead. What's the gap going to be? It's currently 6, 8, 9, 10. Gap's about 10 seconds. That's considerable. Also, Charles Leclerc puts in the fastest lap of the race. And he is now only 18 seconds behind Norris. So, he's going to jump Norris as well. Don't know where he's got that pace from, but fair play, you know? Antonelli making his first pit stop of the race. I thought he already done one. Okay, fair enough. Good job. Hamilton, what was his stop time? Don't know, but it was 24 seconds. So if we say 24 seconds is the average pit stop loss, the gap between Norris and Leclerc right now is 18 seconds. So he'll be about 6 seconds ahead if Norris pits on this lap. And it looks like they're going to try and stay out a little bit longer. As Verstappen, is he staying out? I believe he is. Verstappen, yes he is. Done a 40.4. Norris, who is currently about half a second down on Verstappen on this lap. He's actually lost a second. Oh, he's also pitting as well. So Norris makes his pit stop. And basically, what we're looking at here is Leclerc will probably get ahead of Norris here by a couple seconds. George Russell, though, is staying out. And we get to see Will Piastri undercut George Russell and get through. As Leclerc goes past Norris, is Hulkenberg going to go past Norris as well? No. Okay. And also, this is quite fascinating. Lando Norris's tyres are 6 laps old already. Is that really the, like the least used softs he's got? That's quite impressive. Fair enough. 3.8 second stop for Norris. And he's also lost about a second in the pit stop. So another slow stop for Norris. Surprise. McLaren's pit crew have been totally embarrassing this year, I feel like. Like, really bad. Mostly for Norris, but also just for both of them. So Leclerc is now looking to chase down Mr. Russell. And, well, what's Piastri's gap to Russell? It's 1, 6, 10. Oh, yeah. Oh, Piastri's going to be miles ahead of Russell, I think. So basically, Norris and Leclerc are both going to go to the end on these tyres. Leclerc has got a 3-second gap to Norris, but Norris is on the faster tyre. So, also, I believe Lando's done something. Okay. So that's why Lando's Sector 2 was really bad. He had a massive lock-up at turn 12. valid. And Verstappen's also making his pit stop onto the soft tyres. He should come out, like, third. Where is he going to come out? Oh, no, he's just back in the lead. Oh, fair. Wait, is Verstappen on for a Grand Slam? No, because he didn't get pole. Wait, do you have to get pole for a Grand Slam? Oh, no, he did get pole. I'm dumb. Yeah, actually, yeah, no, Verstappen's on for a Grand Slam. If he takes fastest lap, which he's in a Red Bull on soft, so he should, he gets a Grand Slam, no? I believe he's led every lap. Yeah. Someone would have to, like, fact-check what... I forgot what a Grand Slam is. I know a Grand Slam is pole, fastest lap, lead every lap, and then a Grand Chelem is leading every single session plus Grand Slam, I think. Someone would have to, like, tell me if that's correct, but I'm pretty sure that's it, so that'd be quite cool. You know? It's crazy how Red Bull have been so up and down this season. They've been 4th fastest at a couple races. They've been mostly 2nd and 3rd. And then for the last few races, apart from Singapore, Baku, Monza, and here, they've been the quickest. Verstappen's going to crash out on lap 42. Alright, I'll hold you to that. Let's see what he does. Lewis Hamilton going very, very nicely indeed. Fastest Sector 1, looking good. Verstappen's going to win the championship. Honestly, I still think Lando's going to finish P2, but Verstappen obviously is looking... Hang on. What just happened there? Why did we have a yellow flag for like 3 seconds? Do you know what that was? If you're watching on, like, not YouTube Shorts, on the track, Piastri and Hamilton were in that yellow zone, but it's probably got nothing to do with them. I can't see anyone that's like, oh, it was Ocon. Oh, okay. No, it wasn't. It was Behrman. Was it Behrman? I think Behrman spun. Yeah, he did. Okay, he did, yeah. Right, so Ollie Behrman spun, trying to overtake Yuki Tsunoda, and Hulkenberg got ahead of him. That's really tough. I think he can still score points, but that's unlucky. But as I was saying earlier, obviously Verstappen is looking at Piastri more than Norris right now. Obviously, he's first. And as it stands, Verstappen is going to gain... he's going to gain what? Well, Verstappen gets 25, Piastri gets 10. Yeah. So he gains 15 points on Piastri, which is actually what he needs to do. Hang on, Behrman says Tsunoda moved. Oh, Tsunoda, yeah, Tsunoda, yeah, no, okay, right. Tsunoda's just like, no. No, I wag my finger in dismay. Yuki Tsunoda, you are a knobhead. Basically, Yuki Tsunoda, around turn 15, has got the wheel, and then he's decided to turn, and he has moved under braking, putting Ollie Behrman on the gravel. So, I think it's a bit harsh, maybe to give him a penalty, but that was quite poor. Never turn off braking assist at Monza unless you're a pro. I ran right into Piastri and DNF like 7 cars. Yeah, I can use I feel like that's what a lot of people don't get, is that, you know, when I am streaming, you know, F1, like I try to every day, a lot of people come in my chat and so I'll turn assists off. And the funny thing is that I can drive without assists. I don't use ABS at pretty much every track. It's just, I just choose not to sometimes. But yeah, Monza took me a while to learn ABS off. It was very tricky. Especially turn 1. Turn 1, I was just like, I'd brake. And even I was keeping my wheel really, really straight. And I was still locking up. It was a bit odd. Lando pushing. Yeah, Lando is pushing. That's well spotted. He has gone 7 tenths quicker than Leclerc on the previous lap. He's almost within DRS. What we have to be careful of, though, if you are a Lando Norris supporter, I guess you could say I am, is if Lando does get past Leclerc, which he should do, he's got the tyre advantage, by the end, that tyre advantage isn't going to exist. It's going to switch the other way. So, if Norris gets past Leclerc, Can Norris then stay ahead? Speaking of devil, Lando Norris Team Radio.
Box.
Yep, box is
No, that's an old message I guess. Oh, I think it's because he locked up, wasn't it? So he locked up and thought, my tyres are dead, let's get in now. Need Leclerc to finish ahead of Norris. For Verstappen, yeah, but I'd rather Norris finish second, because I don't think Verstappen's going to even get close to the championship. And I'd rather Norris win than Piastri, so it's quite tricky. It is tricky. Alex Albon pitting for the second time this race. He's going to drop all the way down to last, which is tough. But yeah, it's like a conundrum because, yeah, Verstappen winning the championship would be really, really good. But I don't want him to win at Lando Norris's cost. So, yeah. Basically, if Verstappen does go on and win the championship, then I wouldn't mind Norris finishing third. But as it stands right now, I'd rather Norris finish second so that he's got the better chance at it. It's tricky. Baku turn 1, that's like three or two turns before the final straight. I always hit over DNF or get body damage. One turn that's... So you mean the one where it's like... You're braking downhill and it's like 100-degree left corner and there's a wall on the right side? You know where Leclerc crashed in quali this year? Are you talking about that one? I assume so, because that one's really, really difficult. Norris 1 second behind Leclerc. He is indeed. He is indeed. He is now within DRS, making his way through Sector 1. And we'll see how he gets on. You know, can he not do... I mean, in the first stint, it took him like 21 laps to overtake Leclerc. Can he do it in a little bit of a faster fashion this time around? Maybe. 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 Well, Sector 1, he's put in the fastest of anyone, but he is still 0.8 behind, so he's not going to get past. I think the golden number, which just goes to show how pointless DRS is he needs to be about 0.4 behind going down the straight if he wants to get past Leclerc. As it stands, okay, Piastri 346. What did that say? Hang on, wait. Okay, so as it stands, if it finishes like it does, Piastri will be on 346, Lando 329, Verstappen 306. So Verstappen will only be 23 points behind Lando and 40 points behind Oscar. Norris will be 17 points behind Oscar. Come on, Lando, let's go. Why is he so far behind? Okay, he's back up, good. Glory, glory, Man United. I don't think there's any, like, organisation in the world I hate more than Man United, but I won't lie, I'm quite happy they beat Liverpool. Not purely because it's just really funny. Like, it's just really funny. And also, Slabhead scored a winner. So, it's just funny, you know. I hate Man United, but it's just, yeah, it was quite good. Don't get me wrong, I don't really like Liverpool either, but, like, yeah. I did it, but that's, like, the one game I wouldn't mind Man United winning. Alright, give me a second. Need to quickly dry me nose. Am I even out of view here? Probably not. Actually, to be fair, yeah, no chance. Alright, coolio. Is Norris past Leclerc yet? No! Shock! You alright, sweeties? I'm a Barca fan? That's quite cool. I don't really know much about the Spanish league right now. I did back in, like, 2020. But nowadays, I'm not too sure. If I want to crash, I use Lance or any of the worst drivers. But if I do accidentally, I use any other driver. Valid. That's the most realistic way to go about it. Lando Norris making his way up the strip, 0.6 behind Leclerc. And he's, well, It's all quite equal right now. Piastri, 6 seconds behind Hamilton. I don't think he's going to catch him. Norris, 0.6 behind Leclerc, and Leclerc is 6.7 behind Verstappen. So, my prediction is going to be Verstappen, Norris, Leclerc, Hamilton, Piastri, Russell. So, basically, Norris and Leclerc switches, and that's going to be it until the end. But let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Little track limits update as well. Lando Norris, Gabriel Bortoletto, Hadjar, and Albon all have 3 strikes. So 1 more track limits, and they have a penalty. So they might all be driving a little bit more careful. Lando 0.6 behind down the straight, which I don't think is going to be anywhere near enough. No. Like I said, I think it's got to be 0.4. If he's 0.4 on the exit of 11, he can get him. But 0.3 or under, I think is pretty much guaranteed. Antonelli's got a track limits warning as well, so... Did he already have 3? I don't remember. Well, he's got a track limits anyway, at turn 9. How have you got it there? Good question. I don't know. Lando almost dropping out of Leclerc's DRS at this stage, which is extremely tough for him. And there you go, black and white flag for Antonelli as well. So we now have 5 drivers under threat of getting a track limits penalty, which is tough. We have a 38.2 for Leclerc. It's his best lap of the race. A 38.3 for Verstappen, a 38.3 for Norris. So Leclerc, the fastest out of the top 3. And it's like I was saying, the softs are going to be quite good for only maybe a couple more laps. But then, it's going to switch around and the mediums are going to be far better. So, I think for the first time ever, Ferrari might have actually banged a strategy. Because I don't think Lando's going to get past at this stage. Norris Team Radio is saying the tyres are gone. And that's exactly what I was saying. Verstappen Team Radio.
Lando complaining about tyres now. This will be more fragile, so I do think we need to look after it, Max.
Good. And yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it's going to finish how it is now. I don't think Leclerc's going to catch Verstappen. There's 15 laps left, and he's not really gaining. He's still doing the same sort of laps, but unless Lando, you know, has a blinding sector, or if Leclerc makes a massive cock-up, I don't think Norris is going to get past. And there you go, he's now actually dropped out of DRS. So that's tough. Which means it's most likely, there's probably a good 90% chance it's going to finish how it is now. Which means, in the championship, I think if I remember, you're going to have Oscar on 346. Lando is going to be 16 or 17 points behind that. And Verstappen on 306, so 40 behind Oscar. A good Ferrari strategy in 2025. Is it real? Mate, it seems like a fantasy. It seems like a myth. But yes, Ferrari have actually done a good strategy. I don't think Leclerc's going to get anywhere near Verstappen. However, he should be on for a P2 here today. And also, Hamilton, he's gaining quite a lot. He's gained about 7 tenths in the last lap or so. The main battle we're looking at, though, is George Russell against Piastri at this stage. Can Russell catch Piastri and make his life even worse? If that happens, then, well, obviously Oscar loses another 2 points, which is going to be quite handy for Lando. And Verstappen, of course. But yeah, Verstappen is probably on for a Grand Slam. He's actually managing to extend his lead somehow. And, well, it is Verstappen, to be fair. He is the best of all time for a reason. And, yeah. He's on for the Grand Slam. Leclerc's on for a P2, which is a really strong result for Ferrari. I know there's still 13, 14 laps left, but like I said, unless there's a late safety car or red flag, I don't really see anything changing. It's going to stay exactly the same. And it's just fair play. I tell you what, Lando is under threat from Hamilton here. Like, really under threat. Look at that gap. It's going down by so much. I mean, yeah, that lap alone, Lando was a second slower than Hamilton. Piastri loses 2 points, or Russell does his thing. Yeah, I think Russell's just going to stay in 6th, to be honest. Also, Ollie Behrman on for some points as well, and Hulkenberg as well. Good stuff for them. But, yeah, Verstappen Grand Slam, Leclerc P2. That's great. That's a great result. You got to think, though, if Lando had the same strategy as Leclerc, would he be in 2nd right now? So, in other words, if Lando started on the softs, done about 20 laps of fighting with Charlie, and then went on to the mediums and undercut his way into 2nd, would he be 2nd? Or would he still be behind Leclerc? I think he'd be ahead, personally. PS5 sucks, so I don't play on PS5. Can't you play something different? Play Resident Evil? Mate, Resident Evil stinks. The only game I've played in the last 2 months has been F1. And maybe a little bit of Assetto Corsa, and that's it. I just don't like most games, to be honest. Every time I want to see an AI crash, I have to make them crash myself. Do you know how to make them crash by themselves? I don't know. But AI are usually quite perfect in their driving. You'd find a way to bottle it? Probably, yeah. Verstappen on the radio just said... What did he just say? He just said something. I'm just suddenly sliding a lot. I mean, he's still extending his gap, so does he really care? We have 13 laps left of the Grand Play. And now, actually, do we have a 90 plus 7 injury time chase down from Leclerc onto Verstappen, saying that he's sliding around a lot? Also, can we just, like, appreciate the fact that McLaren put Lando on 6 lap-old softs? I can't imagine they're that used, probably done, like, 1 quali run, but at the same time, like, that's probably why his tyres fell off so bad. He has kept that gap to Hamilton at around 9 seconds, though, so he should be okay for the 3rd. But is Leclerc going to do the Christmas miracle and catch Verstappen with the better tyres? Or is Verstappen just going to, you know, lie and pretend his tyres are a lot worse than they actually are? Norris is no Schumacher who bin it into the wall. I don't think he'd do that. I just think he's a bit slow. It is a shame, really, because in my opinion, if Lando was driving at the same level he did in 24, 23, and basically any year before this, I feel like he would have won the championship quite comfortably. This year specifically, he seems not only a little bit off the pace, like not a lot, but a little bit, but he also seems really, like, scared and inconsistent. The scared makes sense, because he obviously doesn't want to crash, and then if he crashes once, or has 1 DNF, his championship's over. So that makes sense, but he's been so inconsistent. Whereas I feel like any other year, Lando would have pissed it. Alright, Patrick. Gap between the top 2 remains at 6.7, so I think Verstappen might have been making it up. Constructor standings as it stands. Oh, never mind. I guess we're not looking at that. Hang on. Oh, I'll press the wrong one. Wait. So McLaren have obviously already won. They're going to be at 678. Or is that 675? 675. And then we're going to have Mercedes at 341. Ferrari at 337. And Red Bull at 331. So there is 10 points. As it stands, at the end of this race, there'll be 10 points separating 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in the Constructors. That is quite impressive. I feel like no one's really spoke about that, but that's obviously really, really close. And then another update in the drivers. Piastri 346, Lando 329, so he is going to go 17 points behind, and Verstappen at 306. So after this race, if it stays as it is, Verstappen will be 40 points behind Oscar and Lando 17 points behind Oscar. It's a plus. It's a plus. I reckon at this stage there's 5 Grand Prix left. Lando basically has to do... He has to beat Oscar in probably 4. Do like 4-1. And if you include sprints, which is there's 2, so there's 7 races left, I reckon that'd be 5-2. I think he's not going to overcome a 17-point deficit if it's 4-3. It's got to be 5-2. Preferably a 4-1 in Grand Prix and then a 1-1 in sprints or something along those lines. Because obviously he's still got to overcome a 17-point gap. Which if Lando finishes first and Piastri finishes second, that's 3 Grand Prix. Lando says, I'm just slow. I don't have the grip when I'm close. Well, 2.5 seconds back, so you're not really close. What did Lando's engineer just say? Hang on a minute. No. No! Right, Lando's engineer. So Lando said I got no grip, and he just says, okay, mate, I understand the car feels shit right now, but the pace is really strong. We're under no threat from behind. When the carcass gets cooler, we'll go and get Leclerc. Does he really think that they're going to pull some 90+7 pace? I mean, I say that, like, Norris is slightly improving, but still. You're right, Chairman. Name a more iconic duo than world champions complain about tyre wear, but they don't lose time. Yeah, that is a good point. Hamilton does it a lot. Verstappen does it. Yeah. And it's like I said, Verstappen can complain about, oh, I'm suddenly sliding a lot. But his gap stayed the same at 6.7. Black and white flag, is that old? That's old. Okay, good. So I don't really know what McLaren's, what's his name? Lando's engineer's thinking, but he's basically said, when the car cools down, we'll go and get Leclerc. So let's see in the final 5 or so laps, can Norris go and do the, madness? Evening, Crib, you right, Sam? Hope you're doing good. You play with damage on or off? I don't remember. I think on. But to be honest, if I put it, I think I have it on, like, reduced. If I put it on standard or simulation, my racecraft is so bad, especially at the start when I'm surrounded by drivers, that I just end up breaking my front wing every single time. So I like to keep it off just so I'm not pitting on the first lap every race. But I've been getting better. I think tomorrow, if I'm, like, alive, then rather than doing 2 50% races, I might do 2 100% races. But I'll see how I feel. Lando Norris is actually starting to cut that gap down now, which is quite interesting. Lance Stroll also scrapping away with Liam Lawson. When the car cools down, I'll just throw some ice cubes in the engine. It is true. I mean, it's working because the gap is actually going down. It's gone from like 2.8 to 1.6 very quickly. Why do you think over the past couple of years, Lewis has lost his touch? Well, 24 was a bit near, but 23 and 22 was really, really good still. This year, it's just because he's in the Ferrari, and it's a new environment. Although, since the summer break, he's been sort of back to normal. So, I feel like people are over-exaggerating it a bit, but I don't know, is there a reason? He might just be doing, like, having a dip in form, I'm not too sure. 1.6 now between Leclerc and Norris. This would be so funny if Norris actually gets his place back. It's actually, like, doable. Going from first every 2 weeks and then dropping down to 6. Well, yeah, that's because he went from having the best car on the grid to, well, since 2022, he's not had the best car. He's had, at best, like, the 3rd best. So he's not going to... He's still won races, of course. 24, he won at Silverstone and Spa, I believe. And then 23, Did he win at 23? I don't remember. But yeah, it's because he's not had the best car, which obviously, that's just how F1 works. You have the best car, you win. 1.1 now between Norris and Leclerc. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but it's a bit odd, I'll be honest. Sector 3 Norris pulled a lot. Look at that, nearly 3 attempts. Actually, over 3 attempts. Look at that. Well, we do have about 7 odd laps left. Lewis hadn't lost his touch. The cars have been fast. As a rusty track to a missing engine. He's definitely been, like, nowhere near the level of, like, 2021. But to say that he's, like, fallen off a cliff or to say he's, like, really bad now is obviously an over-exaggeration. I mean, he said himself, he's been basically on par with Leclerc. He's felt like he's been anyway since summer break. This isn't me saying that, that's him saying that. It's just the results haven't shown, but... yeah, I mean, he's 12 seconds, he's 13 seconds behind Leclerc in this race, and he is on the worst strategy, but I don't know, it's higgledy-piggledy. Charles Leclerc currently has a vote for driver of the day, which is quite interesting because he might lose out to Norris. He might not, but even if he does, or doesn't, what's he really done? Verstappen has led from the start, led every single lap quite comfortably. It should just be him. Another rubbish race? I don't think so. Although, to be fair, my standards for, like, a good race is pretty much... well, I don't think that there's ever been such a thing as a bad race, because I just like watching the cars go fast. My standards for, like, a boring race or a good race or a bad race is, like, way on the floor, when everyone else is, like, sort of just, like, normal. When was the last decent race? Singapore, mate. No, there could genuinely be a race where there was not a single overtake, and I would still say it was good. That's just how I am. POV, you drive for kicks, Alba. Fair. Alright, well, Norris sets the fastest sector 1, a 10th up on Charlie, and he's 0.7 behind round turn 11. However, that's not enough. That is not enough. That is not enough. I think, like I said, the golden number is sort of 0.4. If you're 0.4 behind on the exit of 11, you might get it done. 0.3, you should definitely get it. What do you think the worst track is? I think Miami is quite an obvious candidate. Hungary's pretty bad. Imola's pretty bad. There's a lot of bad ones. I hate these cars, the worst for racing. That I can agree with. They're too big, they're too wide, they're too heavy, and they might be the fastest in, like, the last few years, but I don't really mean anything, because, yeah, they're shit for racing. Like, you think Kota, the track is very wide, and yet there's still barely any passes. I think DRS just isn't as effective as it should be. I know, like, DRS is a cheap way to overtake, but... I mean, like, here, you have to be 0.3 behind that massive back straight to even get a look in. So, yeah, it's pretty bad. But we have 6 laps remaining, including this one. Max Verstappen's 7.7 seconds ahead. He is going to get his Grand Slam. Fair play to him, but we are looking at this battle between Lando Norris and Charles Leclerc. The gap is going to be 0.4. As they make their way around turn 11, can Lando pull the Christmas miracle on 24 lap soft tyres and get the move on Leclerc? If he gets the exit, he can. It's 0.3. Come on, Lando. Do it for the boys. 0.05. Is he going to get it done? I think he's done it, you know. Down the back straight. Has he got it, though? Has he confirmed the place, or is he going to bottle it like he usually does? No, Lando Norris has the place. That is absolutely mind-bogglingly enormous for the championship. Now, it is absolutely crucial. There is nothing more important in this man's life than getting 0.1 ahead, not 0.1, 1 second ahead of Charlie. It has to happen. Like, now. He's got to go. Jet engine, away, leave, bugger off, leave, sod off, get out, run. Like, run. Literally run. Sprint. Go. Lando Norris makes the move. Looking at the Sky Sports broadcast so we can get an up-to-date view of what happened. Lando goes around he goes to the inside. That is very brave by Lando Norris. Leclerc goes for the switchback, doesn't quite get it, and Lando just stays in front from there. Valid move. Well done, Lando. That is good stuff. Now, the gap is going to be 1 second. Lando has escaped the DRS. Can he stay ahead, though? He does. 1.3. I think Lando might just get this, you know. Leclerc team radio coming through.
Keep the pressure on. He has 3 strikes.
That's not really that good encouragement, is it? Not like, oh, you've got good pace, or you can get him, just like, oh, he might, there's a very slim chance of him cocking up and getting a track limits ban away. I didn't even realise, he actually went, he actually got past Leclerc around turn 1 and then got switchbacked. Fair. Alright, so at this point, Lando can chill a little bit. He's got, oh, you know, a 2-second gap. So yeah, surely just like vibes and chills until the end. Now, the Drivers' Championship has changed quite a lot, because now Lando is going to gain an extra 3 points on his teammate, making the gap just 14. 14 points. He has 3 strikes, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it literally means nothing. Like, Lando has got a 2.5 second lead. He's got a little bit of an advantage now. He can push, but, I mean, why would he risk going off track limits? Like, what for? Looking at a replay of Hadjar going for the most audacious overtake in history on one of the Alpines, which is going to be, who? Gasly. Why is this replay so long? What are we hoping to achieve? He goes to the inside. Yep. And it's just a DRS overtake. Wow, what a replay. What a replay from Sky Sports. That is unreal. Just the most pointless, easiest overtake I've ever seen. Good stuff. Lando Norris 3 seconds ahead. Leclerc's tyres are just dead. I don't know what's happened. I feel like they shouldn't be. They're just dead. Like, they are dead. They're gone. Oscar Piastri also probably going to finish in P5. I love the idea that Russell has stayed exactly 2.8 seconds behind for pretty much the entire duration of this race. I don't know how he's managed it, but he has. Also, Yuki Tsunoda, not a bad performance. Up 6 places. He might be like 40 seconds behind his teammate and an average of like a second a lap slower, but it's good points. Fair play. Also, Nico Hulkenberg in the points in the P8. Ollie Behrman P9 as well. It's good stuff. Not bad at all. I'm surprised Kimi Antonelli hasn't climbed back in the points. I thought it'd be really quick. Didn't you say Ferrari made a good strategy? I did, yeah. And then Ferrari made me eat my own words because it's actually turned out to not work. Honestly, it's just a lack of wheel knowledge from me. I just didn't think that a 27-lap-old soft would be this much faster than a 31-lap-old medium. I would have thought the medium would be very good until the end, even on like 40 laps, but no. I'm very, very surprised. Like, very surprised. But, you know, there you go. I still don't think it was a bad strategy. It's just, I don't know. Were they expecting Norris to suddenly be the quickest guy on track? I don't know. Honestly, I think what Lando's trying to do, actually, he might just be that quick, but also, he might just be trying to pull a 5-second gap. So if he does get that track limits, he can, he's got that cushion. But we are approaching the final 2 laps of the race. We have been here for 1 hour and 40. Not that long, actually, to be fair. And, well, I feel like, to be fair, I've said it about 16 times this race that, it's going to finish in this order. And it hasn't. But to be fair, I forgot, why was it to be fair so much? Anyway, I did say I feel like Norris is going to overtake Leclerc and get P2, and he'll finish like that, and he did. So there you go. Colapinto's got the ump because he's been told to stay behind his teammate, even though his teammate's really slow. He has actually overtaken his teammate since, which is quite funny. So Gasly is not going to be happy. We are now on the penultimate lap of the race. There's no way someone has just said turn the racing lines off when I'm doing a watch-along. How troubled are you? That is a ridiculous comment. Max Verstappen. He's going to pick up the Grand Slam, I believe. He's got the... Oh, no, but he doesn't even... Oh, no, he's not, because Antonelli's got fastest lap. So, no. No Grand Slam for Verstappen, but pretty close. You know, close enough. Oh, wow, Colapinto dive-bombed his teammate. Wow, fair play. Good move. Good stuff. And now, Lando Norris has that 5-second gap. Had enough time for a shower? You did indeed. You joined back at a good time. We have 2 laps left for Verstappen. Not going to get the Grand Slam because Antonelli's got the fastest lap. It's still obviously an unreal performance. I feel like Red Bull have had the best car, but there you go. He's got the best car, and he's won. Because that's what he does. The last good strategy from Ferrari was Monza 24. I don't remember that one, so there you go. I love the idea that the Alpine engineers, they've just said that, oh, we want to hold position, meaning Gasly in front of Colapinto. Both cars are managing. You're 17th. You are 17th. You do not need to worry about managing. Let your drivers scrap, because it means literally nothing. Embarrassing. Max Verstappen on the final lap of the race, making his way around Sector 1, and it's been very good. It's been probably quite boring for him, because literally nothing's happened. He's just been stuck in P1 the entire time. But there you go. Lando Norris, 7 seconds behind, not going to catch up, obviously. And he's also dumped 7 seconds on his teammate's forehead, which, not his teammate, Leclerc's forehead, which is good stuff. Hamilton, going to get P4 on the day, not too bad. 11 seconds behind Leclerc, but not bad. Piastri gets P5, which is going to be, English, not bad, not great. He is on, it's +1. It's +1, it's not too bad. And Mini Savage with the 5. Go on! Very late, injury time, final kick of the game, but thank you very much, mate. Shouldn't Alpine be protesting over nothing? True. Yeah. And Verstappen now, making his way around turn 14. No, that's turn 16. Incorrect, but there you go. Just sort of business as usual, really. You give him the fastest car, and that's what he does. He goes and wins the Grand Prix. Fair play, Verstappen. Good job, you. You've won again. Well done. P1 for Verstappen. It's going to be P2 for Lando Norris. Very important. Very, very, very important for the championship indeed. An extra 3 points, meaning his gap to Piastri is going to be... Why is Piastri 1.2 behind Hamilton? Hamilton, what happened there? I'm not too sure. I feel like Piastri's misjudged that a little bit, to be honest, but Leclerc takes 3rd. A podium for Ferrari is like winning the championship, so fair play. Hamilton takes 4th, and Piastri takes 5th. Piastri, though, I mean, look at the sector times. Hamilton was 1.6 seconds slower in Sector 1, 2.3 seconds slower in Sector 2, and then 0.3 slower in Sector 3. What happened there? What happened? I don't know, but nothing changed. I mean, if Piastri had one more lap, he would have got Hamilton. I'm a bit confused, but there you go. So in the championship, Oscar Piastri is going to be on 346. Lando Norris is going to be on 332. And Max Verstappen on 306. That is good stuff. Hamilton locked up, yeah, but he did it in 2 whole sectors. Like I said, Sector 1, 1.4. Sector 2, 2.8 or something. I don't know. Bit odd, but ultimately it didn't change the result of the race, so it doesn't really matter. But I think honestly, if it carries on like it is, I think Lando is going to win this. I think he's got the momentum. And, well, one more stinker from Piastri and it's all done. What happened? Ferrari happened. Fair. Valid. Good point. Well, there you go. GG's, everyone. That's a good, it's a good Grand Prix, that. A lot of people might say it was a bit boring because nothing really happened, but I don't think so. I think that's quite good. Like I said, every race to me is quite good because I just like watching the cars go fast. And, well, my driver of the day I'm going to give it to Max Verstappen, although I do think that, you know, maybe Yuki Tsunoda could, you know, maybe get it. We'll listen to Max Verstappen's team radio as well for winning the Grand Prix.
Yeah, another very impressive weekend, Max. Extremely well done. Enjoy the celebrations. I'll see you next go.
Yeah, well done, folks. Unbelievable weekend. Really, really good. Thank you very much, everyone. And yeah, we can fly back, mate.
Well done, Max. That was proper domination. What to say? You got everything this weekend.
Yeah, really happy with that. Let's try and keep this momentum up.
He's definitely winning Mexico as well, isn't he? Who do you think will come second in the constructors? I think Red Bull at this point. They seem to have the best car, or the very worst, the second best car. So, you know, if Tsunoda's able to get a top 7, you know the car's pretty good. And, you know, Red Bull on that whole weekend, well, they get this race 25 plus, what, 6? 1, 2, yeah, 6. So they get 31 points. McLaren are going to take 18, get 28, so they get more than McLaren. Ferrari, they get more than Ferrari. So, Red Bull scored the most points over the weekend. Good stuff. Charles Leclerc, Team Radio.
And P3. Well done. Nice drive.
Yeah, good job. Good recovery this weekend. Yeah, it's good to be back on the podium, and I think we worked really well this weekend, so good job.
Don't worry, Charles, we win.
What did he say? Don't worry, Charlie, you win. Good stuff. The two McLarens retire, and chaos happens everywhere. Could very well happen, yeah. Who will be at Red Bull next season? I think it's going to be the same. It's either going to be Verstappen, Tsunoda, or Verstappen, Hadjar, I think. Well, there you go. That is the United States Grand Prix over and done with. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we have a triple header. Am I wrong? Or am I right? Or am I just... yeah. No. Okay, right. So we do have a Grand Prix next week, which is Mexico. October the 26th. Obviously, October 24th is when, like, practice and all that. Oh, look at that. Verstappen's actually celebrating something. Oh, we love to see that. Oh, look at that. He's up on the barriers. He's climbing on his teammates. That's good stuff. I like that. Usually it's a bit nonchalant, but yeah, that's a crazy weekend. Did he get sprint pole as well? So we got sprint pole, sprint win, pole, race win. That's pretty good, really, isn't it? Fair play. So next weekend, we have Mexico. And I'll try and actually watch, like, maybe just quali in the race and that. Obviously, this weekend, yesterday, I was supposed to watch the sprint race and normal quali, but I was in the midst of, like, dying, so I couldn't. But we're feeling a bit better now, so we should be good. I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow doing, like, back my normal stuff. I'm thinking of doing a 100% race at Melbourne with all assists off. We'll see how that goes. Not too sure yet. Depends if I can, you know, be bothered, basically. If I can, I'll see you a lot tomorrow. If not, probably the day after. Love you. I love you too, Carboy. And we'll go from there. Hope you all enjoyed the stream. Hope you had a good time watching the race with me. And, yeah. We'll be back next week for Mexico. Might be back tomorrow. If not, probably Tuesday. And, yeah. Thank you all. And a goodbye. A goodbye. A goodbye.